drastic differences there are today. Can't wait to see how that plays out. Zach Burge, he caught 33 pounds in the third period alone in the knockout round. But Marty, he said he's chased the shade in the morning, the wind in the afternoon. Here's some of that shade fishing, but he's down in 10.
Got the better one.
Yeah, and it seems like he just gets better as the day goes on. I talked to him last night, and he's got the banks dialed in, but the key for him to have a great day is he's got to have heavy wind.
Jordan Lee at one point of the knockout round was in 36th place, but he made it through. He is in 9th, though, JT, 39 pounds back. What needs to happen for him?
Well, he really got on some spawning smallmouth down here by the dam, and he's been targeting pea gravel banks. He says they're spawning. He's really caught him good yesterday, but it looks like he's gotten out to a little bit slower start today.
So 39 pounds back for Jordan Lee. Cliff Pace, steady, consistent. He's in his first championship round. What has to happen for Cliff Pace to climb up Score Tracker, Marty?
He said he's got 4 offshore areas, and if any one of those 4 fire, it can happen. But if they don't, he's all in on these locations. So I think it's going to be a feast or famine for Mr. Pace today.
Cliff Pace right now, 7th place, 33 pounds and 12 ounces in back. And one spot behind Cliff Pace is Ott Defo. He's really taken advantage of the early morning shad spawn this week, JT, but it doesn't look like that's quite fired up for him yet this morning.
No, as we saw with Rob and all that mud and debris fields coming down there, that's really messed up Ott's shad spawn, and I think that might unfortunately hurt Ott today.
So Ott, 36 pounds back. Bobby Lane, record breaker in the knockout round. The most scoreable bass and highest weight total for any round on the Bass Pro Tour. He's done this. It's been those bluff walls we've seen him on, Marty. Can he ride it to a win?
Oh, absolutely. It seems like the fish are coming to him. The question's going to be, how does this current affect this? Because so far, the weather, the wind, none of that's affected. But now we've got a lot of current in there, so it's going to reposition those fish a little bit.
So Bobby Lane will begin the second period. 32 pounds in back of Andy Montgomery. That is a large deficit, but he's had the type of fish that could keep up this week. Mark Rose, back-to-back championship round appearances for Mark Rose. He's right in the middle of the pack this morning, JT. He's at 20 pounds, but nearly 30 pounds back of Montgomery now.
Yeah, Mark's going to do a two-pronged approach. He's going to try to fish up shallow this morning and then hopefully move out as these fish kind of try to position themselves into their summer pattern.
It's a nice one for Mark Rose. He's caught a 2-pound 9-ouncer this morning. And Jacob Wheeler, Marty, you talked to him last night. What did he tell you?
He said he's got to land on them first thing in the morning to take advantage of a shad spawn, and we're seeing him do that here. But Newell really gave us a great update. This water that he's been fishing, it could have been blown out, and he's got a couple specific docks that he did all his damage. Now he's going to have to readjust and find new water.
Greg Vinson, his area just seems to produce more quality scoreable bass, JT. He's in a pretty good spot right now. I know he's 24 pounds back, but that doesn't seem like it's much with the quality of fish that he's on to this week.
No, he's been really using a walking topwater bait, and he's been catching some really, really good quality fish in the afternoon. So I really think that Greg has a good shot at this thing if Andy Montgomery happens to slow down.
Another guy that has a good shot, Aaron Martens. We watched him in the knockout round. He was just steadily catching fish, but he wasn't inside the top 10. Then he caught fire late in the day. This looks like a similar location to where Aaron was yesterday, Marty.
Yeah, he's got these fish dialed in. He said in practice he was catching a lot in 30 foot of water. Now they've moved up in that 20-foot range, and he's catching them on drops, brush piles, and cedar trees.
And no surprise that Andy Montgomery is on top. The early morning shad spawn has been great for Andrew this week. He's already caught nearly double the number of scoreable bass of anybody else, and he's got a 14-plus pound lead on Aaron Martens.
Yeah, and as Rob said, he has been just solely concentrating on spotted bass this morning.
Table Rock Lake, beautiful. Jordan Lee.
We'll send him another note.
Ooh, a hop, skip, and a jump there. Jacob Wheeler for the first time. He gets hooked up.
I'm not ready. pound, 12 ounces. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hot Depot.
There's some out here spawning a little bit. That's you wacky worm. Spotter. 1 pound, 6 ounces. Oh, spotter.
£2, 0 ounces.
Here's Jordan Lee.
You're fine. Oh, look at that one with him. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to catch him, but maybe. I can do 2 lines, can I? I'm going to try it.
The fun begins now.
I'm going to try it again. It's probably stupid. It's a 5-pounder with him. God, no. Tongue up. Rocks in the face. Ugh.
That's full contact fishing right there, Chad.
Indeed.
Good Lord. That one with it was huge. I had to try.
I hope Jordan's got a good cut, man.
All that for fish. I got cut one.
2 pounds, 4 ounces.
God, that one with him is huge. Man.
See Aaron Martens obviously dropping on some he sees on his graph and hooked up.
This is the second of 2 in a row here for Aaron Martens.
Get that bait around, they bite. They're chasing the bait. We're like 40 feet of water. It wasn't close to coming up and eating it.
1 pound, 11 ounces.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
And Aaron Martens has
Still
shaved
see the mark on the graph. It's
over 5 pounds off Andy Montgomery's lead.
I'll get you. Hold on.
He told me last night in practice he had a 100-pound days easy. Not even, I mean, they were just biting so well, but they were out in that 30 foot of water and they moved up to 20.
There he is.
Wheeler, he's in third.
Get over here, Mr. Spotted Bass.
I ain't got time for you playing like that. £1 pound. £1 pound, 11 ounces.
And Zach Burge again.
Oh, dadgummit. Are you serious? All good come out of him before.
Quit peeing, I need that weight.
1 pound, 7 ounces.
MLF official about had to come apart there, didn't he?
I know if I got hooked in the neck, it might cause me to pee a little bit.
Smallmouth, of course, he bites. Right through the snout. There's so many down there, it's crazy.
1 pound, 6 ounces.
Martens closes the gap briefly, but Andy Montgomery gets hooked up.
I say big. He's big for me right now. Get your butt in here. Maybe close to 60. Yeah.
Pound, 7 ounces.
Yeah.
Bobby Lane.
Just enough to keep going.
£1 pound, 14 ounces.
Nice fatty.
That's a big one.
And some more pressure coming here if Montgomery can get this one in.
They all big in Major League Fishing. He ain't caught one. We got the lead.
Here's Cliff Pace.
£1, 8 ounces.
An A for effort, though. He did most of his damage in the James River, and that thing got blown out, or at least he assumed it did, where he was fishing. Now he's all the way down in the King River. I mean, he has, that's a 40-mile run.
That's not a little move, Marty. That's a big move.
And he did that with the clock running, too.
1 pound. Oh, stay at one time for me, Mark. Thank you. 1 pound, 6 ounces.
That's confidence in your decision making.
Ounce back that he stole from
being able
earlier,
to
'cause I
identify
really
the water,
believe
just say no hope. There's a cameraman with this angle, just sitting there watching it. Boom.
Oh, how cool is that?
That was cool.
That was cool. Ah, stop.
Table rock fish have always been so topwater oriented. A lot of the
That
times
was pretty
of the year.
cool.
Not just right now.
Came out of there like a missile. Get that white thing out of here.
You guys ready? £1 pound, 15 ounces.
Not a bad one. Little chunker. Chunky spook fish.
Andy Montgomery hooked up. Post-game show coming up, 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, including a trophy presentation. How much a trophy weigh?
45 pounds. If you want that in ounces, I'd have to go back in the trailer and do the math.
Repeat. Why did you not flip?
Pound, 11 ounces.
You know, I'm pretty boisterous when I'm up on stage, but if you really put me on a boat with Andy Montgomery and Aaron Martens, when they get into the talking things that they do, I don't think I could get a word in edgewise.
Might this seal the deal for Aaron Martens?
It's a good one, though. Yeah, I broke a rod, which I've had this rod a long time. I high sticked it. I want to get him in the boat. Look how big he is. I'm alive, man. You do what you can do to get the fish in the boat. I high sticked him real bad, straight up and down. They'll break any rod that way, just about.
2 pounds, 15 ounces.
All right. All right, start my penalty.
That could be the dagger.
That might be enough. I don't
One
know.
of the biggest smallmouth we've seen.
Smallmouth. But not. So he's got something else in him, doesn't it?
Meanmouth. Cross between a spot and a smallmouth. And
So
potentially a $100,000 meanmouth as well.
Fish on that rod.
Not so mean
Like that. It was like,
when it seals you $100K.
sorry.
Martin's in the
that was my
penalty
fault.
box.
I don't know why I tried to bounce him at 12 feet of line out.
Still 5 pounds, 7 ounces behind you, but I haven't added that fish yet. I can't tell you penalties over.
I can't believe it. Actually, it's not over yet. I'm just saying.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lines out in the period 3 championship day.
Sorry, I had to do that. No, that's not over yet. I've seen worse happen. He could caught a big one, but whew, that was awesome. This will make my family happy. That's the whole thing about it. They watches. They're my biggest fans. My mama out there. I'm sure she's watching. Oh my gosh. You think it's over?
We'll give it a couple of minutes.
I know. I know. I hate to be that excited and not win it. Drop shots, just you guys haven't done it, man. I'm sorry.
We didn't give it to him. It's been, man, I got mixed emotions. I mean, I finished second, which is great. I made $42,000 fishing. But I want to win one of these dang things. I've had such luck in Major League Fishing. So many championship rounds in the regular events. Just can't close it, and then it's starting to wear on me a little bit, but if I just keep putting myself in position enough, eventually it's going to happen. I screwed up in the second period. If I would have started flipping bushes in, I would have scared him. I scared him anyway. That's it. That's all she wrote, folks. Oh, God.
I would certainly say he did scare Aaron, although not enough.